ఎలా ఉన్నారు? హాయ్ శ్రీకాంత్. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. Cool. So, good evening. Good evening. Just a second. Yeah, I just realized there is no water in my bottle. I'll just be back. 1 minute, please. Okay, I'm back. So, what is today's topic? Yeah, Route 53. All right. So, what do you know about this Route 53, guys? What do you know about Route 53? The Route 53 is a DNS service on AWS. Yeah. So Route 53. Route 53. Yeah. So it is a DNS service on AWS. DNS service on AWS. And guys, why it is called 53? DNS port number is 53. And that's the reason why we call it as Route 53. So guys, what is DNS? Do you remember what is DNS? Yeah. Okay, domain name system, but what it does? Remember initial classes. What is the purpose of DNS? DNS keep tracks of all, yeah, keep tracks of all host names and IP address, IPs. And also it converts IP to host name and host to IP and vice versa. Yeah, we know this already. Do you remember in our initial classes that I when I discussed about this DNS, I draw the diagram here. Do you remember? This is laptop. It goes to the local DNS. Let's remember that a bit. So this is a laptop, and laptop need two things. What are those? Laptop need two things. What are those? Host name and IP. Host name and IP. Very good. So here, first it will go to where? Yeah. First it will go to local DNS, as you rightly said. It goes to local DNS. From local DNS, it goes to anyone? Root name server. Very good. It goes to RNS. Root name server. You remember all this, right? What is the root name server meaning? It identifies the domain name, whether it is .com, .org and all. Okay, after this, and it goes to, after root name server, it goes to top level domain. Top level domain, right? What is the top level domain that we use it all the time? .com. Top level domain. .com. Guys, okay. After this, where does it go? Name server. Excellent, guys. Then it goes to the name server. Name server. This is called here name server. From name server, it goes to SOA. Very good. So we discussed this in our initial classes. See how this will be helpful now. SOA. Do you remember that we discussed that DNS is all about records on the first day? Records, NS record, SOA record. Remember, guys? DNS is all about the records, right? Yeah. So what is the name server? Okay, by the way, guys, do you need to worry about all these things left hand side? This guys, this guy? No need to worry because this will be handled by internet. We no need to worry. Spelling, okay, worry. Okay, so here, guys, Route 53 will come into picture for these two, name server and SOA. Name server and SOA. Yeah. This part we will be using in Route 53. Nice. Okay. Do you agree that DNS, guys, by the way, Route 53, basically, what is the use of Route 53? Guys, Route 53 has mainly few features. Okay. Route 53 features. Let's see what are the Route 53 features, what it does. Do you remember that whenever we create the ELB, it gives our nasty URL, right? To do the makeup for this nasty URL, we'll go to the Route 53. This is what we learn. And you know what? And also, first important thing of the Route 53 is, guys, if you want to, if you need to have a nice name, you need to purchase the domain, right? Yes or no? You need to have it. You need to purchase the domain. Where do you purchase the domain in general? GoDaddy, come mummy, all these things. But here, you no need to go to GoDaddy or some other uncle, and you no need to go for all these things to do the registrations. Now, Route 53 will self will as a capable of doing domain registration. It's like the same way how you go to GoDaddy and purchase a domain. In Route 53 also, you can go and purchase a domain. Route 53 will also act as a registrar. Okay, this is the first important feature. The second important feature is, guys, whenever you type, let's say you have registered a domain called Shinu.com, Shinu.com, right? So whenever you hit the Shinu.com, it should go to where? Whenever you hit Shinu.com, it should go to where? To which one it will get hit? Oi. You done? Okay. So you have your own setup, load balancer, EC2 instance, all your applications are there. And then for the load balancer, no. For the load balancer, no, hold on. For the load balancer, you have given a nice name called Shinu.com. So whenever you hear you hit Shinu.com, where it will go? It will go and hit load balancer, na? Of course, this firewall top level domain, all these will are normal, right? You'll go and hit this. It will go and hit the, yeah. So the thing is, whenever you type Shinu.com, it will route to ELB DNS name. Do you agree this? If you hit Shinu.com, it will go and it routes to load balancer DNS name. So guys, all these DNS routings will also be done by this Route 53. And also we'll talk about something called health checks. We'll be talking about routing policies. we'll be talking about this routing policies. These are the 4 important things in Route 53. Make sense? Is it clear till here, everyone? Before we jump on to the topic? Okay, nice. Okay, so let's talk about this Route 53. Guys, in Route 53, we have Route 53 is global or regional, guys? Route 53 is global because, yeah, Route 53 is global. Excellent, guys, because Route 53 has to route it to Mumbai load balancer, or it goes to it should route to Ireland load balancer. So Route 53 will be on the top, right? Whatever the request will come to hit the Route 53, it will be distributing across multiple regions. So that meaning here, Route 53 is global. I'll write it here. Route 53 is global. So, yeah. Do you agree that DNS is all about records? Yes. DNS is all about records. DNS is all about record. Okay, now, guys, can you tell me what is name server? What is name server? Which excellent, Sai Prabhu. Yeah, nice. Which identify the domain name. Let's say, for example, here I take a domain called kumar.com. Okay, this is the domain. Okay, now kumar.com, whenever you hit in the browser, it go to local DNS root, blah, 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 all these things. And then it will go to the name server. Just now you said, what is name server, which identifies the domain name. Na? Here, what is the domain name that you are searching for? Kumar.com. So guys, here, your name server is nothing but kumar.com. Okay, I'll talk about this here. Name servers will identify the domain. This kumar.com, guys, this Kumar, where is that? This kumar.com will be identified this name server. So kumar.com will be identified with this name server, right? So here, name server meaning, guys, name server meaning, it's a pool of IP addresses. It's a pool of IP addresses. AWS will give this pool of IP addresses for the name server, because kumar.com, if someone calls, let's say I have, I want to talk to Kumar. Let's say Ram, Sai Prabhu, all these are all Kumar. These 3 guys are friends. Now, if I go to Sai Prabhu and ask, hey, where is Kumar? Sai Prabhu will have information na, about where Kumar is. Yeah. And then if I go and ask Ram, hey Ram, where is Kumar? And Ram will also have the information, because Sai Prabhu and Ram both are name servers, which has the information about kumar.com. So name servers are here. Name server records, we can also call it as NS record, name server record. Name server record is a pool of servers. What is that? A name server is a pool of servers. Before going to the name servers, let me do one thing here. In Route 53, we have a concept called hosted zone. What is that, guys? Tell me that. Hosted zone. Whenever you go to Route 53, the first thing what you need to create is hosted zone. Whenever you to the route, so if you go to Route 53, first you need to like how in DynamoDB, first we'll go and create a table, right? Do we have anything else? No. But in Route 53 also, the first thing what you need to create is hosted zone. Hosted zone meaning, in this hosted zone, you have records, all records. Okay. So this hosted zone is nothing but your kumar.com only. I'll write. Don't get confused. See here. Hosted zone. So hosted zone, I would say the hosted zone is the container of records. Hosted zone is a container of records, right? And this hosted zone is same as your domain name. The name is hosted zone only, but in Route 53, you will be creating a hosted zone name called kumar.com. Your kumar.com and hosted zone both are same. In this kumar.com, you can have different type of records. Na? Kumar.com should be routed to your ELB, or web.kumar.com should route it to your S3 bucket, and and something another load balancer like admin.kumar.com should go to another load. All these type of records will be inside this hosted zone, and that hosted zone is with your name called kumar.com. Guys, do you understand this concept? Hosted zone. Hosted zone is nothing but it's a holder. It's a container of records. What records? Related to kumar.com. I am saying here hosted zone and the domain name both are same. Kumar.com is nothing but a hosted zone. Is that clear? Nice. In this hosted zone, there are two types of hosted zones, guys. Two types of hosted zones. Right? I don't put that. First we'll write. One is called public hosted zone. Right? Another one we call it as private hosted zone. Right? Public hosted zone and private hosted zone. So guys, here public hosted zone meaning if you want, guys, whatever the website that you want to access throughout the internet or within the VPC in general. You want in internet or in the VPC. So guys, if you need to access throughout the internet, then you need to go and create a hosted zone called public hosted zone. So if you want to access your website within the VPC, within the AWS itself, then you have to go and create private hosted zone. How many types of hosted zones are there? Two types. What are those? Public hosted zone and private hosted zone. Which hosted zone that you should be creating it? Public hosted zone. What is a hosted zone? What is hosted zone? Domain name or container of the records. Not or, but if someone asks what is hosted zone, you should say container of records, and then your hosted zone is same as your domain name. Very good. What does this hosted zone contains? Hosted zone contains what? Yeah, NS3. Sorry, hosted zone contains the records. Hosted zone contains the record. Okay, here I'll go and create, and I have something called. I'll be going and creating public hosted zone. Public hosted zone. In this public, so you have created a hosted zone called kumar.com, which is public. Inside this, we have records now. Guys, remember, this is certification question. There are two types of records which are default records. One is NS record, another one is SOA record. What are the two records? By default, we have it in the hosted zone, NS and SOA. I just told you that NS record is nothing but pool of servers. Yes or no? Pool of servers. And this is, SOA is the admin for hosted zone. SOA is the admin for hosted zone, guys. Guys, I told you NS record meaning this Kumar name server. We have a name server. Name server, NS record, name server, both are same. The shortcut, name server shortcut is NS. NS record meaning is a pool of servers. If the request will come here and he will ask, hey, name server, do you have kumar.com? And yes, name server will have the pool of servers, and request will be asking one of those pool of servers where it has an information about kumar.com. Make sense? Yes, this remember, NS and SOA records both are default records created automatically and handled by AWS. And NS and SOA records are automatically created and handled by AWS. handled by AWS. Guys, now if I delete the NS record, is it my website will work? No, my website will not work. So which are the two default records? We have it. NS and SOA are default records. Keep this in mind. These two are default records. Is it so? See, by the way, you cannot even delete this record. You cannot delete NS and SOA records. You cannot delete these two records. No, not possible. Okay, so we know about the hosted zone. We'll be creating a public hosted zone called kumar.com. What does this hosted zone contains, guys? This hosted zone contains records. This hosted zone contains records. Yeah. So I'll create a sample record. If someone type kumar.com, right? There will be a record called kumar.com, which is pointing to ELB DNS name. Yes or no? Right? We'll be creating a record in that domain, in that hosted zone. So if someone type kumar.com, it should be routed to the ELB DNS name. So the request will check that, and from there it goes to your, it will go to your ELB. So here you have ELB. This is your ELB, and these are all your EC2 instances, and you know from here. This is ELB. This is system. And load balancer will be sending to that, and you have application in it. And if you want, you can have on top of it auto scaling. These are all we have discussed already, and we have learned also. Yeah. Do you understand how it goes now, everyone, guys? So if I draw a flow chart here, first remember, whenever you hit kumar.com, first it will hit route 53. From route 53 it goes to hosted zone. From hosted zone it goes to, come on, records. From records it goes to ELB. From ELB it goes to EC2 instances. Make sense? Is this clear till here, everyone? Perfect, clear? Okay, now, so basically all these things, if you purchase the domain in route 53 like kumar.com, here it is. But most of the people will also have something called, they have the domain in GoDaddy. If you have the domain in GoDaddy, let's see how this works, guys. So let's see how this works. This is GoDaddy. Guys, your domain is in GoDaddy, but your infrastructure is in AWS. How do we route from GoDaddy to AWS? Let's say, for example, you have purchased a domain called kumar.com here in GoDaddy. Right. Whenever someone hit kumar.com, where it comes? It comes to GoDaddy only. And from this GoDaddy, now the request has to be routed to my route 53. Yes or no? Yes. So guys, remember, you can purchase the domain in two places, right? Here, purchase domain, right? One is you can purchase it in route 53, right? And you can purchase another one in GoDaddy, or you can go for anyone, right? Right. So guys, if you purchase the domain in route 53, do you need to separately create kumar.com as a hosted zone? No, keep this in mind. So whenever you purchase a domain in route 53, automatically a hosted zone called kumar.com will be created automatically. You no need to create, right? No need to create a hosted zone on Route 53 if you purchase it on Route 53, guys. And how about it will create automatically NS and SOA records. This will automatically create NS and SOA record, guys. Whereas if you go to the if you purchase kumar.com in GoDaddy, will it create a hostage on in your Route 53? Yes or no? How does the Route 53 knows that it will? No, it will not. So what you need to do is you need to manually create hosted zone in Route 53, right? And what you need to do is, and then whenever you create a hosted zone, it will automatically create NS and SOI records. It will create NS and SOI records. So guys, now the question here is, if you have a domain in GoDaddy kumar.com, and then what you need to do is simple one configuration. The only thing is, guys, if you have everything in Route 53, it is well and good. But the thing is here, if you have a domain in other place called GoDaddy, how do you redirect the traffic to this? So what you need to do is, guys, simple. In GoDaddy also you have NS records, na? So what you need to do is you need to update Route 53 NS records in GoDaddy. So someone hits here kumar.com, it will go to the GoDaddy, and then the NS records, guys, remember we create it will create NS record. NS record is nothing but pool of servers only, na? Right? Those pool of servers, you need to update it here in your GoDaddy. So whenever the request comes to this kumar.com, this will go, and as you have the records of NS records, it will go here and it will go to your hosted zone, and kumar.com will get hit here. So what you need to do is you need to put these records here in GoDaddy, right? Put records and requests redirected to AWS. This is how it will work if you have it in GoDaddy. Guys, is this clear, the architecture? If you have the domain in Route 53, you no need to do all these things. So I have gone little bit more extra. Sometimes if you have a domain in GoDaddy, how you want to do it is this guy. Guys, everyone, is this clear? This topic? I want CC from everyone. Please ask if you have any questions. Nice. Super. Okay. Now, as we are talking more about the records, let us talk about the records. Right, Route 53 records. Route 53 records. So DNS has many records, guys. DNS has many records. So you no need to worry about so many records. So let us learn the records which will commonly will be using it. So those few records are, we call it as a record. I mean a record. And then we have another record called a record. And then we have something called CNAME record. And then we have something called alias record. Alias record. So let me first write and then I'll explain. A record meaning it is URL to IPv4. This guy is URL to IPv6. This guy is URL to URL. I'll tell about what is this. Okay. This guy is URL to any resource. Any resource. Okay, so let us, guys, we have these records: A record, AA record, CNAME record, alias record. Guys, are you guys are using? Do we using IPv6? So let us. No, we are not using IPv6 yet. So let us not talk more about this here, and let us talk about these three record: A record, CNAME record, and alias records. Let's talk about the first one called A record. Guys, A record meaning here, it is URL to IPv4. Let's say, for example, we have a URL called kumar.com, right? So http:// kumar.com. If someone is typing kumar.com, tell me, guys, first it will hit where? If someone is hitting kumar.com, first it will go to Route 53. First it goes to Route 53. After Route 53, it goes to hosted zone. Very good. So what is the hosted zone here? Name of the hosted zone is kumar.com. The hosted zone is nothing but kumar.com here. Okay. After this hosted zone, it goes to record. So I'll be creating a record here called kumar.com. This is the record I am creating, kumar.com. Usually we send to load balancer, right? Load balancer also an URL only, right? Guys, instead of sending the load balancer, if you are sending to EC2 instance IP address directly, if you are forwarding to IP address directly, that is called here URL to URL. From URL, you are routing it to the IPv4. This is called a record. What is this called? A record. So a record meaning you are redirecting the request to the IP address. That is called a record. Coming to CNAME record here. CNAME. Same till here. Okay. So instead of now, you tell me here, same thing, but here kumar.com is now redirecting to what is CNAME here? URL to URL, right? You are now redirecting to ELB DNS URL. We are now routing to ELB DNS URL. This is called here URL to URL. URL to URL. So this is called CNAME. This is called CNAME. Coming to alias record, guys, what is the name? What is alias? Alias record. Alias meaning another name, right? Alias meaning another name. So get this here, and this time it is redirecting to kumar.com. Kumar.com should be routed to either you can go with the IP or any resource. That meaning either you can go for the DNS. That meaning URL. This is called alias record. Right? You clearly understand here, guys? So based on the requirement, we'll be choosing it. But so as per the AWS, remember, guys, always choose alias record instead of CNAME record, because CNAME records. If you create a CNAME records, those are chargeable, whereas alias records are free. Which one do you use, guys? Now, will you go for CNAME or alias? You will go to the alias. And another thing is, the problem with the CNAMEs are, guys, here we have a URL called http://kumar.com. Guys, this is called This is called main domain. Do you agree? And this is also called it as naked domain. And this is also called as zone apex record. We have different names basically. Guys, why can we have a subdomains of kumar.com? Guys, subdomains. For example, you can have a subdomain called a.kumar.com. Possible? b.kumar.com, c.kumar.com. Guys, is this possible? These are all subdomain. And then kumar.com is the main domain. But the problem with the CNAME is here, for your naked domains, you cannot use the CNAME records. You have to go for alias. For naked domain, you cannot use CNAME record. Instead, use alias record. And keep this in mind, always choose alias over CNAME. In your certification questions, if at all you have an option to choose CNAME or alias, go with always alias over CNAME. Do you understand this point, guys? For the naked kumar.com, you cannot use CNAME. You have to use alias only. That is a restriction. Yeah. What the hell? Where's my bottle? Advantage of using CNAME. CNAME is also same thing. CNAME is nothing but canonical name. Canonical name. You can use the CNAME for rest of everything. You can kumar.com can be redirect to a DLB DNS name, or you can use alias also. But remember, CNAME is chargeable. That's the reason people will go for alias record. Is this clear? Okay. Should I continue or should I stop? Continue, everyone, or should we see tomorrow? You're okay? Not overloaded? Thinking, huh? Oh, stop, huh? Oh God, such a heavy topic. Everything is going over your head. I can understand, huh? Okay, let us not hurry. Let us not hurry. So I go with your words, no issues. So guys, why I'm stopping, right? Why I'm stopping is, please go through this again on what we have discussed, because when we, and one more important thing, guys, one more important thing is, today's task is you need to go and purchase a domain. Guys, you need to go and purchase a domain. You can go and purchase the domain in Route 50, but it charges 1,000 rupees per year. What's that? How much? 1,000 rupees per year. So guys, without doing any, without having a domain, you cannot do any practicals on Route 53. So you can also do another thing, guys. You can also purchase in GoDaddy, or also interesting people. What you can do is, there are many websites available, those who provide free domains, but you will not get .com. You will not get all these things. You will not get all these things, but you will get a nasty names. But yeah, but if you see like, no sir, I want to go with the Route 53 itself, go with the Route 53. See here, go to Route 53. Here on this left hand side, you have registered domains. I have already a domain registered, Riaz AWS Trainer. But for you, click on register new domain. And guys, these are all the top level domains that is available, right? So if you go for .com, it is $12 per year, and go and put it here, smitha.com, and check whether it is available or not. Smitha.com is not available. If you put smithacloud.com, it is available. So you can use the Smitha.com for your entire 1 year. You can have your own website, or you can have in AWS, and click on add to cart, and it will be you from here, guys. So either you can do it from Route 53 itself, or you go to GoDaddy. I think it's 300 or 400 rupees. 400 rupees, or you can go for any free domains and you can purchase. But the thing is here, you should have a domain in order to do practicals. In order to do the practicals. Is that clear? So will you go and get the domain, guys? So that is today's task. Okay. Take the photo. Yes, you have it, then you can use it. They do the domain, Amita. You can use the same. The only thing is you need to update the records, or you can buy a new one if 1000 is not a big deal. Is this done? RDS domain used for general purpose also? No? Yes, you can use for general purpose also. Route 53 domain, not RDS. Yeah. Okay, nice. So can you give me the final CC for today on this topic? Thank you, Rama and Kalyani, especially. Now you guys want. Okay, guys, this is all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day and good night.